just trying to make sure that you guys can hear me and that I am indeed live. I'm gonna take a sec, make sure that my stream is going. How do I view my channel? There I go. And I am live. Share. Just take a copy. Throw it in the Discord. Everyone streaming. All right. Now let me make sure I can see it on my phone. That's usually where I have the chat. Wonderful. Hello, Alex. I've been pretty good, gotta say. No complaints, but here it is. This is Professor Broom. I've been working on it for quite a bit. Obviously, he's not as old as in the movies, or he's more commonly seen with like gray or even white hair. Hey, Jordan. What's up? Man, I love it when Jordan's in the stream. But he looks much younger because I'm gonna have him playable for an early sequence in the game, right? So he's got to be able to do a little bit of stuff. Hello, Paul. Happy New Year. Oh, this is the first stream of the year. I didn't even realize. So Broom's got some playability. He's not gonna have combat. Emmett pining for it though. He wants Broom to fight like Joker from Batman Arkham Asylum, like that DLC. He is gonna find a baby Hellboy, and then, so I think the game, I'm gonna start it with baby Hellboy for like basic navigation tutorial, and then it's gonna like flash back to the night that Broom found him for paranormal investigation tutorial. Right, because Broom has a cross he can use, and he has a flashlight he can use. It's the same logic as Hellboy, maybe a little cleaner. Main character in the 40s and 50s. Oh man, that's dope. But Broom can sneak a little bit. I'm very proud of how the sneak looks right now, because he's a little higher when he's moving. Hell yeah, boy! That should be the tagline for the game. Or like, it'd be cool if there was a younger BPRD agent that was like a hype man for Hellboy. But I really like the sneak. And then if I sprint, or if I sneak and then sprint, I move a little faster, but it's louder. I don't know if sound is going to be a thing, but he's got a dodge, right? He's not like no combat, but he will have a dodge. So I think there might be, if there are monsters, his goal is to avoid them. Who presented the Game Awards trailer for Web of Weird? Oh dang, I didn't even realize. But like Hellboy, the way Hellboy just got a jump, I did just do I did set up a jump for Broom based off holding the cross button. So if you tap it, Broom dodges in that direction. But if you hold it, Broom does a little jump. Now it feels a little janky, or it looks a little janky, but it feels reasonably weighty, but I really like how got some of that. I don't necessarily plant myself like Hellboy. I know he shouldn't be like landing that if he's like in his 30s and he doesn't regularly like exercise that, so he should be like taking fall damage. But for the ease of gameplay, yeah, Broom can take a little bit, but that'll probably speak to his level design. Broom will not be able to like grab ledges midair the way Hellboy is, because A, He doesn't have that big right hand, and B, even if he did, I don't think Broom has the strength. Like the way Hellboy is, like superhuman. So once you go down, you'll either need a ladder or you're just stuck down after you drop. Maybe a lift or an elevator or something? Give me 1 sec, I'm plugging the stream in the appropriate channels. Paste. Oh, I didn't even copy the link. Copy link. Paste. Wonderful. I gotta say, it's good to be streaming again. Link. Have you guys seen the latest stuff from Elka? Looks crazy. But right now, I was thinking about expanding on the dodge, because Broom can't roll the way Hellboy can, and I don't know if it's that practical to make him roll, because I don't want him to seem like this combat-ready veteran. I was thinking about giving him a dive, like it fully avoids that attack, but the frickin' recovery would like almost punish you if you didn't do it right. Let me check this chat. Thank you, George. Honestly, a lot of it, I just ripped it from Hellboy and like rescaled it to fit him, and then I tried to clean it up where I could, so let's see what he can do. I can examine stuff. There is no analog or gyro input though. I don't know if I need that functionality if I'm only planning like really one playable sequence. If Broom becomes like a fan favorite, maybe I will add it. But I gotta get rid of that prompt. Broom can pick up items, and he can look at them. Again, no stick input or whatever. And then he can place items. And then he can open chests. I realized I didn't give him an option to sit down. He thinks he's grabbing something. The translation to a new character wasn't perfect, but I'm pretty happy with it. I like his idle. He moves his head a little bit. Examiner forgets an area in time. I want players to examine the Oh, say less, Jordan. I gotcha. So, an examine... interact, like it's not like a loose pickup like this, right? Is it a set thing where he can interact with it, view it, and then when you exit, will he like put it in his pocket or put it back? If you want modular design, I could do that too. I do have just like, it's just switches that turn on tags. But I realize now that I probably need to set up the ladder. If you're looking at my thermo, you might notice I'm at 89% gameplay. But this is not too much of a character. The reason is because I have a Hellboy turned off, which is why I could see everything. So let me turn this guy back on. And then I'm gonna snatch some logic from here. Dude, yeah, the Southern Water Tribe looks amazing, Alex. And Renell, also hello. I don't know if I said hello. What if one hand slips off the edge? Oh, like you can grab it for a sec? Maybe. But right now, I don't even think he can. He can't even, like, there's no combat grab for him to default to, because like I said, he's not a fighter. He do got that step, though. Look at that. Alright, let's turn this off. Yeah, oh wait, I didn't mean to turn it off. I just meant to make it invisible. Better. Alright, Broom needs ladders. I'm really trying to give him these, like, navigation abilities so that the level design in the opening sequence can be as good as I want it to be, given the tools that I've created. I know there are some tags in here. Yeah, he can't box, but he can bob and weave. Imagine if he punches something, you'll just lose half your health because he breaks his knuckles. Alex, if I'm wrong in my interpretation of Broom, like if he is like secretly a fighter or like a sleeper boxer, let me know. Yeah, I have ladder base and then I end the ladder at ladder end. Dang, the movements are gonna have to be different though. Because he's a smaller boy. Alright. Should I try to do ladders? Or give him... Do we like the idea of his secondary dodge being a full-on dive that he has to, like... slowly recover from? Not too slow, but just like... Yeah, you made the decision to fully dive. Is it a set animation like with each ladder, or is it just like beautifully synced? Or hang on, now I just want to look it up. I got my PC right here, YouTube. Lies of P. Ah, that is a clean ladder. Dang it! It finds him. Yeah. Okay. That was a clean ladder animation. Here, look at this is Hellboy's scale, like from someone else's perspective. Oh, he responds with me? Ah, that's pretty cool. Oh, I need to take seats. So we're literally just gonna finesse stuff. Oh, thank you. Emmett was like, we were at stages for a while, and then I just added the lines, and I like was looking at some reference, and Emmett was like, "You've been holding out, huh?" And I guess I have been. But it's just tons of practice. Let's grab that chair. And I do want this on the grid, or hang on. If I turn off preview invisibility. Oh, how do I know the right height? Here, sorry. I just want to make sure we're not messing it up. What is this? Why is it off like this? Whatevs. We need one for sitting, like an interaction setup. Oh, okay. I guess it looks about the same. Ah, good idea. Alright, so we'll move that down. The thing. Yes, that's what I want. Just so that I know, like, I don't overestimate the height. But let's see how high that is for Broom. Is that too high? Oh no, I did research. When I set this chair interaction up, I researched average chair height, and that's what this is. I like having jumps. It really gives me, like, it feels like it's freedom, more of a game, if that makes sense. No offense to, like, God of War. God of War is also a great game, just as a disclaimer. But jumping can feel very liberating. That's why he was grabbing stuff. Let's see if he automatically puts it away. And he just, yeah. Alright, I think I do want to lock him into a dive. But we'll only have to do a single dive animation. We got the crouch, dodging. I know my logic is messy. I just wanted to address that before any of you guys do. You're gonna be doing this to add Knuckles to a Sonic game? That's so dope! Yeah, I'm sure that you also, like, Jordan, your logic knowledge is also, like, great, so I feel like you'll be able to translate a character beautifully. It's really just kind of tedious, like, if you know what you're doing at logic, which I feel like you and I generally do. It's more about just thinking your way through the problems, especially before they happen, if you can, like, predict them, because Dreams has its own janky charm. So if I'm currently dodging and I press X, I feel like that'll move me to the next state, right? This is to disable sprint if I dodge in any direction except forward. And I feel like it's gotta be another state, right? Well, no, it could all be the same. So let's... You always wanted to design gameplay for Knuckles, did you not want to start another project? I feel that, but I have ideas all the time. Like, I wouldn't start another project, but if I had to, here's what I would do. We're not going to be doing that, not going to be doing that. Maybe a whoosh and a land sound. What is that? Oh, that's like to ramp up the speed. Let's see, if we press X, sorry, I'm just gonna put a chip in here. I kind of want to give it some cooldown, or make it a little bit longer, I think, so you can't, like, spam it. Oh, jeez. So let's get that first janky one out the way. Dragon's Dogma gameplay. Darkest Dungeon part. Party permadeath. An art style? Dang, I wonder if I have any dream hybrids. I mean, I guess I'm kind of making a dream hybrid. Yeah, I like that timing better, that you can't spam it, like, unnaturally. Alright, so if you press X and... I see. So what I usually do is... Here's what I'll do. I'll have a counter. Right? If I press X, we have a NOT gate, and it sends a pulse on power on. So as soon as we get power, we send a pulse to reset the timer. I'll move that to the bottom for cleaner wires. We want to get variable X. So as soon as this timer, or as soon as the dodge input plays, it will detect if you press it again, and once we get to a certain threshold, moving a couch, alright, good luck, pivot, pivot. And once we are this far into it, we will trigger the dodge, or the next stage. So we need X to have been pressed, And once we get to this far. And all that logic stays in there. If we get yes, then we go to input B. This is input B. And this will also finish it. Now I'm going to take a lot of this out just because I actually know the rotator can stay. Advanced mover will also keep that. I am going to create a node for this though. Bum 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 bum. Alright, X speed. That's the first one we want to go in. And then I believe it's Z speed is our other one. Wonderful. Hang on. Oh, I need a reset. So every time this is triggered, I should also trigger that. Oh no, every time we should be defaulting to the initial dodge. So it's another NOT gate into a pulse, just so that we don't trigger the wrong thing. And then the only problem is that this thing is being frozen the whole time, so I think we'll have a thing, or maybe just a keyframe that turns it off just for a second, to allow for new input. And I should probably have a number thing for dodging. 0 will be the base dodge. 1 will be the dive. So let's do active port into that. Now the only difference is that he will turn to immediately face the direction he's going. So we are going to use a rocket rotator instead. Or maybe a lookout rotator that'll take the same direction. We're going to try a rocket rotator first. Oh, no, that's just a rotator. My bad. Bum, 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 bum. So we'll grab a full, needs to be forward. And then I'm going to max it out just for maximum responsiveness. Good. So I really only have to do one dive animation. But this animation is probably going to be way longer because he has to recover. And you'll just kind of be trapped in it. And then I guess let's do a little animation. So it's probably going to be quiet for a sec. I am working on streaming off the PC, so stay tuned for that. That's probably going to be fun. I might do a face cam. We'll see how I can get it set up. I'm still going to be playing Dreams on the PS5 though. So we need to animate. We want our action recorder. We want to be in keyframe mode, and I'm going to turn off grid snap, rely solely on precise move. Now, our first frame is kind of this generic ready pose. And It's almost like, I guess it'd be the pose you'd have to get in if you were gonna about to dive. So it's gonna look a little weird, right? Because I'm not doing anticipation. The first dodge was already the anticipation. All right, so that's that, and now we wanna let's do peak dive. I'm sorry. He's just jumping out of the way. I guess if it's peak dive, he's already been rotated, so we're gonna do that. Bum, 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 bum. Hello, electronic. It's been a while. So I feel like I am gonna have to do a dive start, but then we'll do. His head will probably be positioned a little better. He looks so professional rolling or diving, doesn't he? Let's just advance a little bit to get him on the ground. Like, what does it look like when he lands? So he is gonna hit the ground. That's okay. We thought about that. Ugh. So he's gonna have to pick. Oh. I'm trying not to create like too many wires, if that makes sense. This is too perfect of form though. So if he's on that side, I feel like this foot would go. Oh, this foot would go up. And I guess we'll rotate him a little bit. I feel like this is kind of funny. You know, like he's diving for dear life. Yeah, there we go. Doesn't need to be that dramatic of a head side. All right, cool with that. And then he's gonna have to get into like a crouch position. Oh, I wonder if I can copy the ones from the front. Hmm. Ugh. I need to do a better. He just does everything by the book. His dive is perfect. Or I wonder if I could make it like an Olympic dive. So I feel like I'm gonna move his legs a little lower just for if he ends up doing that one. I feel like that one should probably be a little bit like that, and then this one will probably be way lower. Ugh. It's kind of a pathetic dive. It's okay. This is not what he's like trained to do. Whoa. Alright, let's see how that goes. Right, it's gonna be kind of weird. Oh, I gotta turn off procedural when that happens. Because the other one relies on procedural. Big difference. I feel like a camera might have to be a little further from him. Or we up the field of view. I guess we up it to 50. Oh, keep that field of view. And then we up the distance to 3. It's already going to be pretty. I like it. It feels like he's an older, like non-superhero person. I will say though, I'm probably gonna have to delete some space. Oh no. Bum ba ba bum ba. All right, he's probably gonna hold that for a little bit, so I think we might just copy all of these. And then a little bit after that is when he'll start to get up. So he's probably going to push himself off the ground. Oh, am I humming? It is the Caesar Flickerman introduction from the Hunger Games. I didn't even realize. That's great. I think it's between those two. Yeah, he shouldn't be, there should be no blend. I believe it's the pelvis. Yeah, I don't know why. It's been in my head a lot lately. They just have to stay, or the puppet tricks have to stay on for the duration. Okay, the dive should definitely cover a little more space, right? Should I get a PS4 for God of War and Dreams? God of War Ragnarok cardboard. I'm gonna up it to 10. So the rocket rotator should really only happen in the beginning. Yeah, Ragnarok. I mean, hey man. Ragnarok is if you have an opportunity, I say why not? Were you not PS Plus when it was free on PS Plus? That was such a good grab. I was telling so many people to get Dreams even if they never play it. Will definitely be locked in for the duration. 100, 100. Not local space, but we will reorient this. So hopefully now I'm not moving. I think instead of a rocket rotator, we will rely on a look at rotator to look in the exact direction. You may play on Xbox and annoying. The PlayStation I played is the PS3 for. Man, if you're trying to take advantage of the PS4, yeah, you should also play The Last of Us and Spider-Man. Although, if you play Spider-Man 1, you're going to want to play Spider-Man 2, and that's only on PS5. Let's up that to max. No, it should be... Oh, no. I need the look at rotator. That's what I want. Yes, yes. Stay upright. And then our screen space direction is this thing. I feel like I should drop the camera lower just for the dive. I feel like it'd be fun. So this will be labeled keyframe. What is this editing? Oh, this is unfreezing. Unfreeze keyframe. Keyframe. What is this? This is adjust movement, puppet tweaks, camera shaker. Now, the camera shaker shouldn't really be active until like right in the middle of the animation. And we're going to increase the speed. Now, we just want it more active. Oh. Yeah, the moment you do this dodge, sprinting, everything has to stop. Because you've decided like to cancel out of everything. So I feel like state B will definitely be canceled. This will be diving. What is that? And then I kind of don't even want to dampen the speed in the beginning. Or should we take longer? I think you might have like a higher jump, but we still want to lower it. So we'll, where is it? Like as he exits the peak, we'll lower it just for a little bit. What the? And then we'll bring it back up eventually. We're going to lower the camera height. Let's just cut it in half for now. Didn't even notice that, so we're just going to put it to 0. in your humble opinion? I know you hate Ragnarok. I love Ragnarok. The Valhalla DLC is pretty dope. Are we liking this dive? Thank you, Hunter. I respect the no spoilers. I really like the music for Valhalla. It's better than anything you can do. Come on, Cardboard. I've just had time to practice this. I feel like in Dreams you could do anything you put your mind to. You just really like have to put your mind to it. Let's advance a little more. We're gonna turn off grid snap because we need to end up in like a crouched position. So we're gonna end up like this. Getting off the ground. Should be able to raise his hands a little bit. Dreams is node based, but the nodes appear in physical space, or like in a 3D space, so you can like literally you could just move stuff around instead of like switching tabs. But if you want stuff to stay constantly on the screen, you can just hit that, and like that'll always be there above, unless I were to like grab this, and then if the most recent pin to screen like will lay on top. But it is a lot of signal flow, but it is much more like if you're a spatial learner, I would say it's very helpful like to visualize exactly where these wires are going. Because like I see, I know I have a bunch of stuff, but if I really needed to, I would just open this up. Hopefully, I've labeled like I can follow this diving signal to on this wire, and then I can see its input A. I open this up, and I see its input A, which is it's in my general on-ground movement, and I believe it's my jog. So if I highlight this, I should be in like a jog pose. Yeah. So that means when I dive, it'll reset the sprint and back into the default jog. So this is regular jog. If I click the left stick, I'm sprinting. Now, if I dodge does not stop me from sprinting forward. But if I dive will reset. I feel like I have to make it like a... I don't want to make it a modular thing, but if you dive off something, I feel like you're going to have to stick in that dive pose until you hit the ground, you know? Maybe when you dive, you're more susceptible to fall damage. So you don't want to be diving. If you dive off stuff, there's a higher chance you could die. So let's open up this dive again. We want like a... That's peak, but now we need like a ending dive. And I feel like this foot should be way straight. It's also you can make fall damage speed vector, so it's easy to make more abilities customizable. You could make. Hang on. Make fall damage speed. This is true. Fall damage, though, for the Hellboy, I was not anticipating it. I just would try to design my levels like either it's clearly survivable or it's clearly not. But I could put a thing in here and make it so that if I don't hit the ground, I'll just freeze the timeline. So maybe we have a microchip in here and we'll call it on ground. Right, so now we need to have a puppet interface to detect what output signals our puppet is putting out. Sorry. And if are on ground, if we are not on ground, then we'll trigger a keyframe that will slow this timeline to 0. And I want it active right there. Good. I just dived. So now if I... Ugh. I do think I need to dampen the movement, though. I shouldn't be able to walk or run, really. I think we'll just get lower in general at the beginning of this. This is lower camera. Guess we could have like a thud, only if we're on the ground. There should be a fall. Jumps. I think it's in dramatic. It might be in combat. There we go. We'll have a tough fall. I'm cool with that, but it's powered if we're on ground. feel like it's happening a hair too early. And then oh, nice. Oh, I'm gonna try to do Web of Weird Wednesdays. I promise. It might be earlier in the day. If my brother leaves for work at 2, then I have to go in at 2. But if that is the case, I'll try to stream around noon. I think noon to 1. I am playing as Professor Broom. Surprise, he's my tutorial character. For the non-combat stuff for Hellboy. On ground, tough fall. I gotta work up more on this recovery. And then we should just keep that the whole time. And then let's just get him into a neutral pose for everything. Ta-da, ta-da. That's the last time. Thanks, Hunter. No, don't worry, you're good. This is a safe space for opinions. I am gonna clear these out though, so that I theoretically should still be good. Oh, I see. Alright, so let's see if this works. It's probably going to be janky. Oh. Let's ease out that camera movement. Sometimes when you're out to stop monsters, nature call. That should be on a t-shirt, Alex. So we'll just make it take way longer. Really ease it out. How do I... I guess time will tell. Like, now the merge is complete. It sucks that Starfield is Xbox exclusive, but I do have a PC, so I play it on that. But I'm hoping that, like, that doesn't mean future exclusivity. Like, doesn't, like... create, like, a either-or market, you know? Where, like, you could really only have 2 choices. That would suck. The more plentiful the options, the better. Don't get me wrong, Sony has been like killing it in terms of exclusives, but I feel like Sony for the most part has like put a lot of effort into their exclusives, like being solid experiences, where Xbox, it feels like they're playing catch up. And thank you, Juju. I appreciate that. Like, Xbox has good exclusives, but they're not... Like, I feel like Xbox could have taken the time to make sure that, like, the Halo should be, like, a flagship thing. It should be one of the most coveted, like, single-player and multiplayer experiences. And if that was, like, my exclusive thing, man... and then even like Gears of War should be like in the forefront of Xbox's marketing. It should be like if Santa Monica can like do such a stark change to their gameplay formula, but still like keep it good for like Kratos, like opinions aside, Hunter, just like how they were able to redo their own character with such a high level of like quality, keeping it modern. I don't know. Like there's hope that Xbox can have their own exclusives, but buying a bunch of game companies and making the games that they're making exclusives kind of feels like a cop out to like having done the work. What's your dreams? What are your dreams games about, Juju, if you don't mind me asking? If they're too early to tell, don't worry. I don't mind. I'm really just working on a jump mechanic or a dodge mechanic. I don't like certain sounds out of this thing, so we're gonna open it. Don't like that one. Yeah. What's going on with my hands? Couch moving complete. Look what I've done in the time it's taking you to move the couch. Because he can't combat roll because he's not like a trained for field. So he'll dive out of the way. And then I made it a little procedural, like if you do it in the like off something, you won't stop until you hit the ground. So you'll just and I gotta make sure that the jump, you won't be able to jump if you trigger the dive. So diving, you can't jump if you trigger. I feel like his collision will have to get wider though, so I don't want him clipping into walls like that. So we change another puppet tweak. Dodging. Increase the width by quite a bit. Nope, not that much. And then I'll lower his vertical position. The owners of our previous house left this stupidly big sectional since it was free. Dang. Oh, nice! Yeah, rolling would look weird. So now if I get too close to the wall, the clipping shouldn't be as bad. Man is taking a lot of hits to get out of the way. But man, could you imagine if you mistime that and like something's coming at you, you're dead. I think that could be the allure of the gameplay, you know, like these things kill humans easily. That's why Hellboy's like the frontline guy. So I got the fall. I'm pretty okay with the recovery, but I do notice his fingers are doing like weird collision stuff, so I gotta make sure that these are all the springiness is turned all the way down. So what I usually do is I go to X-ray, connectors, and let me check one. Yeah, springiness should be at 0 for my animations, so I will grab everything. And if you're new to Dreams, this process will probably like take a while to get used to. I've just done it quite a few times. So like if there are new people working on stuff and it's not like easy, that is normal. I just wanted to disclaim that. So there are two different types of joints. I don't have to base sculpt. See, don't I have to unselect all the finger things then? But as I was saying, there's two types of joints in this hand sculpt. I didn't make this, someone else did. I've just found it and it's amazing. If you hover over, if I hit L1 and square, it says ball joint right there. And the other one is a bolt. Yeah, bolts only rotate in one direction. Oh, good tip. Lower the springiness for all the ball joints, and then lower the springiness. Oh wait, did it lower it for all of them? Excellent. All right, let's try this. Let's try this in this one. Jordan, you've made my life so much easier. That used to take me so long. Oh, jeez. Did you see his hand? I look like... Have you guys seen Everything Everywhere All at Once? The hot dog fingers? Okay, so when they're keyframed, they work. That's kind of hilarious. So what we'll do is now I'm going to scope in and make it all not movable. Hopefully that helped. Let's check. Okay. Good, no more segmented flicker. There is clipping. Let's show you Cardboard Raider. So if I join, let's say, two squares together, right? Let's go to sculpt mode, put down two sculpts. Just gonna copy this first one. Sculpts have a few properties to begin with, right? The moment you put them down, just exist. You automatically collide with them. So if I try to walk over these things, I collide with it. They're physical. If I want to, I can make sculpts physical and react to gravity. And if I hit movable, bam, it'll fall. If I turn off the collision, or visibility is pretty self-explanatory, if I turn off the collision, it just falls right through everything. But there's this thing, like there are other settings in here. There's friction, like how fast it'll stop sliding. There's bounciness, so we can make this bounce if we wanted to. And then the bounces will work off of Dream's physics engine. And then there's even squashiness, which can get real interesting. But if we make it bouncy and squashy, it's a lot of fun. Right? Now, these settings aside, when it comes to joints, let's move it back over this one. I have a connector. Let's do a ball joint. Oh, you want to hover over the right thing. I'm using the grid. Let's see what that would look like without the grid. So you can just make sure. Typically, joints will surface snap. So wherever I hover over this thing is wherever the yellow is the parent. That's kind of like the origin of the joint. So I'm going to try to do it in the middle best I can. And it's not perfect, but that's okay. And then, ta-da. So when I hit play, the blue object always becomes movable, even if it wasn't before, whenever you join two objects. And the purple is kind of like the center of this rotation. But let's say I increase the tightness of this joint, right? It's not going to move. And if I decrease it, You see it starts to move, but if I turn it back up, it'll stop. Now if I increase the springiness, you can't tell anything at first, but if the parent object moves, hello? Yeah. It kind of creates, it's similar to tightness, but it allows for movement. But if you're moving too fast, you can see like a little bit of a red line forming. That means I'm going too fast for the joint to keep up, like in terms of like dreams. But it is trying its best. Now if I barely lock it down, then like now if I were to turn Broom springiness all the way up, puppets have their own springiness setting, right? Then he would just, at first you don't notice anything, but the moment movement occurs, ta-da, he's a madman. Yo, Retro Wave. Thank you, sir. Now, I'm triggering another ground hit animation. Yeah, Dreams is a funny engine. Well, I wish you the best of luck. I know the community has gotten a bit smaller as of late, but the people still in the community, we really love Dreams. Like, it's still such a creative tool, and even like if the day comes that they shut the servers down, Dreams will remain like a really good tool for easily and quickly creating something. Just even if it's just for like visuals, stuff that you can show people. Like, this is what I want it to look like. Dreams is so easy to work with. It's way more user friendly than like Unreal. I'm trying to learn Unreal. Believe me. There are so many menus and options. Sure, you can get more in depth, but like if you want stuff you can do quick, Dreams is the way to go. So we want to make sure we don't do our landing animation off of our jump. So we have to be not in state B. So we have to be not diving. Sure. Like, Dreams can be used for whatever. You can make music in here. I've made music and I used it in short films. But I'm sure whenever I do like learn Unreal Engine, I will be testing game ideas, like if mechanics feel good or inputs make sense in Dreams, because it's just way quicker to do before I spend time like coding it or setting it up in blueprints. Okay, part of the criteria, I think we won't be able to dodge if we're off the ground. So I think we'll set a thing up, whereas if we're off the ground, we'll immediately, I need a not gate. On ground will do that. Actually, I think I can do this with less wires. If I just plug the NOT gate into that. Oh no, I see. Whoa. Am I off the ground? Let's use a calculator. Better equals 0. Because sometimes it, I don't know why. But there's in between outputs for on ground and off ground. Okay, so maybe not even that. We'll just keep it to the way I had it. I know, right? I almost want to give him prone. That was weird. Why am I not? I was just hitting the ground. What's with that? Oh, I see. Oh, we're just gonna default. And then I'm not gonna let you hit the ground. I'm not gonna let you do attempt to dodge or dive unless you're on the ground. Gotta put some vibration or some rumble. Let's name dive. I think I'll give Hellboy a dive, but only if you dodge while he's aiming. Let's do this real quickly. It's kind of funny. I kind of want to make him go a little further. Oh, Dreams, watch. Dreams has 100%. Dreams has like procedural stuff you can rely on. Like it's really easy to set up a character quickly if you know what you're doing. So this is the base character. If I wanted to run, or hang on, let me close that. If I wanted to run, I could literally just go into run, and it'll start running. But if I wanted to move its pelvis lower, the feet would keep up. I don't know why that happened. Oh, it's because of the foot separation, probably. I've broken this puppet. But yes, you're just gonna have to like monitor collision and stuff. I have mine set pretty low, so he shouldn't automatically put his foot on stuff. But like if there is like a little hill, like let's make a cube and we'll put it like here. Right? My foot should like go higher on it. Yeah. I feel like I'm moving less now that I move that down. There we go. I'm very proud. Thank you, Alex. Alright, do I want to set up a chair? Do I even need a chair? I don't think he'll be sitting in the opening. Just gonna be playing. I do feel like I should be doing ladders. Oh, I didn't even scope this out. There we go. Let's grab a ladder, I guess. I'm wondering why I fall straight down, though. Kind of don't like that. Is it to do with my damping? X, Y... Do I want movement strength? Does this change anything? Yeah, why am I falling straight down? What is with that? Oh, I see. I think it's that last frame. That was a little bit better. Alright, people. Oh, Emma just texted me. I wonder if I can get him to pop in. Alright. Oh, jeez. See, I feel like if you slide off, you should just... I probably need some footstep sounds or like scuffling sounds to get back up. Emmett appearance? He's at work, but I don't know if he's gonna pop in the chat. That'd be pretty cool, though. Oh, yes! Right on cue! Hello, Emmett. Welcome in. Land. Footsteps. I just gave Professor Broom a dive instead of a combat roll. So I feel like right there and there. Well, Alex was just asking about you, so I responded to your text. Yeah, look at Broom now. I mean, if there's something in his way, he's gonna Oh, I missed. But you can still jump. Kind of reminds me of Red Dead, in a good way. Like, that's what I wanted. No, I'm Professor Xavier. Alright, peeps, think I'm gonna end it for today. This was a very fun stream. Thank you all for joining. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. If you know anyone that would enjoy, please share. If you have any feedback, please leave a comment. I do try my best to read them and respond. But yes, until next time, thank you for joining. I don't have any outro, so I will just quick save this. We're gonna go ahead and head over to the robot, because he does have an outro. Was Hellboy... No, Hellboy ducking under doors was not done with the puppet, with the built-in stuff. That was me, like, with laser scopes detecting heights and boxes and stuff. Let's go to the robot. Alright. L1. There we go. Bye-bye, guys.